Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Wednesday morning. I hope all is well with each and every one of you all today. Today, I'm going to talk about commitment. So, where do I start? I'm going to talk to y'all a little bit about my journey and what made me become committed to doing the thing that y'all see me do, whether it's, making jewelry and all of that. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey, and I hope that, hey, beautiful, how are you, Queen? How are you, Miss Lady T? I want to talk about how you have to have a level of dedication to achieving that thing that you want to happen in your life. When I first started, hey, how are you, Queen? How are you? Anita, how are you, Queen? When I first started, good morning. A's Creation, good morning. How are you? When I first started my journey, many, many years ago, good morning, Sharon. How are you, Queen? When I first started my journey many years ago, my plan, well, my journey started from the loss of my son. And from the loss of my son, you're welcome, Queen, I started this journey. I started sewing, I started doing jewelry, but I started off doing jewelry first before I started sewing before I started doing jewelry. That's awesome, Queen. And so I, for many years, went to work. I had a full-time job, and I was working 7 to 3, 3 to 11, and 11, 7 hours. And I did that for many years. I got to the point where when God is trying to transition you, when he's trying to remove you from something, sometimes it will become uncomfortable. So I started becoming uncomfortable with the job. And when I started becoming uncomfortable with the job, it made me irritable. I would be a mess trying to go to work in the morning. I wasn't happy. I started not feeling happy with what I was doing because I went to school to be a nursing assistant, and I did that for many years, and I felt like that was my purpose and that was my calling, but it wasn't. The Most High Yah always have a bigger plan for your life. And so when I started becoming uncomfortable, I knew that it was time for me to make a move because my life needed something different. And there are a lot of us who life needs something different, but sometimes, y'all, we be too afraid to take the step. We be too afraid to make that move onto giving our lives what our lives truly need. And as you get older in life, you're going to understand, if I have some young ones on here, that your life requires many different things and you have to give it what it needs. If you go against giving your life what it needs, you will be miserable. Because the longer you live, the more you grow. The more you grow, the more you know. You become wiser over the years. You become wiser. So my question to you all today is, what are you committed to? Because when you ask the Most High to give you something that you've never had, there is a level of commitment that goes along with what you are doing. There is a level of commitment that goes along with what you are doing. There's a requirement that you have to have on this journey. And when it's something that you really want to do, you have to learn to be patient with yourself. You have to learn to be humble. You have to learn to be patient, and you have to learn to be open to new things. When there is a level of commitment to what the Most High has called you to do, because there are some of us who ask for things and it may not be in the alignment with the assignment that He has on our life. And what I mean by that is there is an alignment for your life. You have to, when I say alignment, you have to be in alignment with what the Most High, with what God has for you. Because everything that we see and everything that we want to do does not necessarily mean that it is meant for you. So you have to figure out what it is that you want, what is inside of you that you want to give birth to, and allow Him to help you give birth to that thing. So you have to be committed to it. Now, like I said, we see people doing things all the time. We see people doing really good at some things, but sometimes that's the favor that God has over them, in them, and through them. It's His favor over our life. It's His favor. So because we see people and that favor that He has over people's lives, we think that we can do what they do. But what you have to understand is that we all have a difference. And each one of us that have a difference sets us apart from everybody else. And this is what's important. This is what we need to truly get. When we ask the Most High for something, there is a level of dedication to go along with it. The level of the dedication that goes along with doing that thing includes your difference. You bring something totally different to the table. You bring something that someone else, just because they may be doing that thing, your difference is going to be different from their difference, because we're not the same. We're all human, but we are all genetically created different. We don't have the same parents. We all don't have the same grandparents. So genetically, we are all different. But by nature, we are all connected. When I say by nature we are all connected, it's a saying because we have to learn how to treat each other. And I know I'm all over the place today, but we have to learn how to treat each other. When we learn how to treat and respect each other, because this is the thing, we should always know how to love each other. We should always be willing to be in service to each other. We should always be willing to help each other. But that is not the way of the world. Okay, it may be because you have been through some things in your life that you may not be where you need to be that type of person. But we all should always be loving each other and loving on each other. And so When you ask the Most High for something, there is a level of commitment. There, you have to be in alignment with that assignment that He has for you. And you have to understand that He will bring the increase. If you are doing what you need to do to have the life that you want to have, the people will come. Sometimes when we start our journey and we're doing something that we've never done, we don't want to be committed. We have to be committed, because if you are asking Him for something, you have to do what you need to do so that it can happen for you. We also have to be humble. We have to allow Him to lead us and guide our footsteps. We can't be in a hurry to get there, because on our journey we need things. You know, we need to go through certain things to get to where we're trying to go. It's like being a book and you're learning. You have to learn things about yourself. You have to learn things about who you are. You have to be an open book. You have to be an open book. You have to allow yourself and be patient with yourself and learn the things that you need to learn about yourself. And so when I got to the point on my journey where I was at work, I got tired, God said, leave. He said, leave, like resign. And when I got to that point of resigning, I kept thinking that, I can't, I don't know if I can do this. You'll be surprised in the things that you can do when you put your trust and your faith in God. When you put your trust and faith in Him and He's asking you to do something that you've never done, all things will be added. You will have the life that you want to have. You have to be patient. You have to be patient. You have to understand that, okay, this is something that I want to do. This is something that I've never done before. Father, help me to be able to do this, because I want this change for my life. And I don't know how to do it, but I know that if I seek if I seek you, you will help me get to where I need to be. So we have to have a level of commitment, y'all, to allowing the Most High to work in our life. If you don't have a level of commitment, if you start something and you only do it for 2 weeks and you are looking for this great, wonderful return on it, it's not going to happen. Sometimes, y'all, you have to be committed to some things for a very long time. But as long as you are doing your work, you're doing your part, you are learning the things that you need to learn, you are not being or allowing other people's opinions to discourage you or take you out of character or are focused on that thing, you will have the life that you want to have. You just have to be dedicated to it. Everything that y'all see me do on my channel is from being committed and dedicated. And over the years, it is not easy. When I say easy, I mean I had to find ways to make things happen for me, because life goes on. Life goes on, okay? Your life is always happening every single solitary day. You're going to have people in your life to get sick. You're going to go through things in your life where you may be in a bad marriage. You may be in a situation where your job is driving you crazy. Life continues to go on. But you got to find ways to get to that thing, whatever that thing is you want in your life. You got to find ways to be open. Nope, it's not, Sharon. It's not at all. You have to find ways to be open, and you have to allow yourself to learn everything you need to learn. And I'm going to tell y'all this. When I first started my journey, I made a commitment to myself that I was going to learn every single solitary thing about what I was doing. Because I know that in the line of crafting of what I do, there are many people who are crafters. Good morning, Queen. Hi, Dee. How are you, Queen? There are many people who are crafters, and they are doing just about what I'm doing. So I made a decision to allow myself to learn everything, and not just with painting and drawing and working with wire. I learned everything about the craft. I said that this is what I was going to do, and I made that decision to do it. This is how you become really good at that thing. And because your creative mind, once you unblock it, once you are open, once you allow yourself to learn many different things about that thing that you do, it will expand. I've said this a lot, and this is the truth. It doesn't matter how good you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. You have to be open, and you have to be committed to doing that thing. My grandson is up, y'all. He up. I don't know what time it is, but he's up. You have to be committed to doing that thing. And once you become committed, you have to be open to learning everything. Because what makes me excited about the journey I'm on is that I get to make and create something new all the time. And it's only because of the commitment and the dedication. Exactly, Queen. The commitment and dedication that I have put into the thing to make it happen for me. So you have to be committed. You have to be dedicated. You have to be open to learning everything you need to learn on your journey. I'm going to sum this up, y'all, because everybody in my house is up. So with that being said, please, y'all, if you ask the Most High for something, be open. Allow yourself to be patient with yourself and learn everything about your journey. Because when you learn everything about your journey, you will be able to do anything you want to. You will be able to make and create anything that you want to make and create. Okay? So I want to say thank y'all for joining me. I love each and every one of you all, and y'all have a wonderful and awesome day. Peace and blessings, y'all. See you on the next podcast. See ya.